In the last video, we saw the 6 pollutant gases, how they are formed, and the negative effects on humans and the environment. So in this video, we're going to look at how we can minimize their formation, or how we can lessen the effects of these gases. So we will learn 3 main methods for that. And the first method is known as liming. Liming, as we will see later, it only treats the effects of acid rain. It doesn't help in removing any of your pollutant gases. The use of a catalytic converter, this one is very powerful. It will remove 2 pollutant gases, your NO and your CO, from your car exhaust gas. And flue gas desulphurization, it actually removes sulfur dioxide from your waste gas. So the first method that we're going to look at is liming. And what do we do for liming is that we add calcium carbonate into soils and lakes to reduce the effect of acid rain. Now, why would this work? It's because calcium carbonate is a carbonate. I know it sounds stupid, but yes, calcium carbonate is a carbonate, and all carbonates can react with acids to form your salt, carbon dioxide, and water. Alright, so what by adding calcium carbonate into acidic environments, what it does is that it will react away the excess acid, thereby relieving the effects of having too much acid in the environment. Now the next method is the use of a catalytic converter. So this catalytic converter is actually present in all cars in Singapore. So what happens in a catalytic converter is that the exhaust gas from the engine is passed through expensive metal catalyst. If we look at platinum and rhodium, okay, without telling you that they are used as a catalyst, you should be able to suspect that they can serve as catalysts. Now, why is that so? Is because if you locate platinum and rhodium in the periodic table, you find that they are actually transition elements. And what did we learn about transition elements is that transition elements and their compounds, they are good catalysts for many reactions. Okay, so the exhaust gas from your engines, it contains 2 main pollutant gases, your NO and CO. And by passing through rhodium and platinum catalysts, what is going to happen is this, is that your CO is going to react with oxygen to convert it to CO2, and your NO is going to react with actually your CO to form N2 and 2CO2. There's one more reaction that will occur. This one is less tested, but your unburned hydrocarbons, remember your petrol is also a hydrocarbon. Sometimes it is unburned, so it will react with oxygen to form carbon dioxide and water. That is a side reaction, so I'm not going to write the equation for you, but let's focus on the 2 equations that I've just written. Now, what these 2 equations show is that in the catalytic converter, your pollutant gases undergo reaction to form gases that are less harmful. I know for those of you who are sharper, you might say that CO2 itself is also a pollutant. It is a greenhouse gas. Yes, but it's not, the effects are not as severe as having CO in the environment. Okay, so the method here converts more harmful gases into less harmful ones. Before we go on to the next method, I want to point out that it's very important for you to memorize the equations because you will be asked to reproduce them. Now, the second equation is especially important. Reason being, you will learn later that this is a redox reaction, so it's often tested combined with the topic on redox. Now the last method is flue gas desulphurization. What is flue gas? Flue gas is actually the waste gas from factories. So let me just attempt to draw a factory. That's the chimney. So your waste gases actually contain sulfur dioxide. If you can recall, sulfur dioxide is formed when we burn fossil fuels containing sulfur. So that happens a lot in factories, in power stations, and therefore the waste gas contains a lot of sulfur dioxide. And how do we remove it is that we pass the waste gas in before releasing them into the environment. We pass it through a chamber, alright, that contains again calcium carbonate. So what this calcium carbonate does is that it will react with sulfur dioxide to form calcium sulfide and CO2. And then your calcium sulfide will further react with oxygen to form calcium sulfate. Okay, this is sulfide, ITE, this is sulfate, ATE. So what these two equations show again is that by passing your flue gas through calcium carbonate, effectively it removes your sulfur dioxide from your waste gas, so whatever that's released is not as harmful